Now, looking back at your whole journey, everything that's, all the way back, your many years as an Episcopal priest, your years as a Catholic priest, how would you want to be remembered?
Oh, I think my wife said the right thing to me one day when I was kind of ruminating on how difficult this has been at times. We're glad we did it.
Mm-hmm.
No regrets, but it hadn't been easy. And I remember saying to me, she said this to me several times, Chuck, you did the right thing. And that's what's important. You did the right thing. And doing the right thing, whatever cost it is, it's worth it. And that puts it in perspective for me right there. You did the right thing.
So you want people to remember
he did the right thing.
He did the right thing.
I followed my conscience. I tried to anyway, And I feel like I want to believe that I was a positive influence on those that came with me and those that have come since because of our ministry. It's not just me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm part of a much larger, wonderful, beautiful, loving ministry, apostolate, if you will. And I just, I became a faithful Catholic. That's what I want to be remembered,
Do you ever think about, let's say 10, 20, 100 years into the future, the fruits of the groundwork that you lay?
Yeah, I do.
That you have laid.
Yeah, again, it's not just me. I mean, I'm one priest.
Yes. I mean, you are part of that.
Yeah, part of it.
And
I'm just one guy, one priest.
Yes.
And I've been blessed with so much influence around me that's been so positive,
Yes.
I don't know, how would I answer this question? That's a good question. 100 years from now, 50 years from now, I hope that being part of this realized ecumenism, this movement,
yes,
that now is no longer just talked about. I mean, it's being lived out.
Yes.
Will be lived out in other ways, maybe with Lutheranism.
Yes.
Presbyterianism, whatever else.
Yes.
In other words, Rome is reaching out to the world.
Yes.
And to the separated brethren. That's a bet. Yeah. There
yes.
You go. That you'll see more of this sort of realized ecumenism among separated brethren from other denominations having ordinariates, having their own ordinariate with the specific kind of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
That's Catholic, just,
yes.
Fully Catholic.
Yes.
But you see, and I think that, the tapestry of the Catholic Church is so brilliant and wide and broad and just more additions to that tapestry,
yes.
if you will. That's a legacy, right? To be part of that ongoing movement. And I have no doubt that's what's going to happen because this has been a great success. Now, there are some congregations in the ordinariate in here in North America that didn't make it. That's always when you start from scratch.
Uh-huh.
That's true anywhere. Some of them don't make it. Most of them have or are on their way, but some of them we've had to suppress because they just didn't get off the ground.
Okay.
When you start a congregation from scratch, that's a very difficult ministry.
Yes.
And there's no guarantee it's going to be. There was one here in Katy, St. Margaret of Scotland, the ordinary community here that was at St. John 23rd. It was housed there in their chapel.
Uh-huh.
Didn't make it through the pandemic.
Oh,
is what happened.
Okay.
And it just didn't make it. And there's a few others around. So, but that's not the thrust is not in what we've lost or those that didn't make it,
mm-hmm.
but in what has come from it. And what's come from it is it shows the Catholic Church that it's reaching out to the separated brethren works.
Yes.
And it's no longer just words.
Here's the proof.
We're no longer just going to meetings and talking about church unity.
We've done it.
Yeah, we've done it. And it can be done again and again and again. Yes. The fathers that put this together, the wonderful, faithful people that put this together, and I've mentioned some of them, including Benedict and John Paul and St. John Paul and so on and so forth, the Dicastery Commission, all of them, they did it. They did it. It works, and it's alive. It's well. The baby is growing. The baby's bigger than a baby now. The baby's growing up a little bit. Not quite maybe to adolescent yet, but it's getting there. In other words, it's able to survive on its own.
Yes.
And that's wonderful. And that means it can be done again. So, I my early days as an Episcopal priest, I remember going to diocesan conventions, and we need to send somebody to the ecumenical talks, meetings, and and you go over and over every year, and more, and all you do is sit there and talk about it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's do it, and we did. That's what it's all about.